Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. Shad was just finishing up his dentist-stick. Aren't you, Bubba? Is that nice? He's like, I'm ignoring you. Shadow. Nope. He's in dentist-stick dreamland. That's fine. I hope everyone is doing well. I am in a mood, I think. I think as much as I felt like I was in recovery mode from coming back from Greece, I think I can confirm that I wasn't as well as I thought I was. You know, you just think throw up, sleep it off, be okay. But I think there's still some sort of lingering stuff happening, which is annoying because when I physically don't feel well, I feel like mentally I'm much more sensitive to any and all things, which is a bit frustrating. But thankfully, we're doing something nice and fun and cozy today, so that should be all right. I had to remember where we were leaving off because I think there was an issue where some things had moved down and over, so I was just trying to figure out before we started what the hell I was doing. I think I know what it is now, so I think we'll be okay. But there was a moment of this doesn't line up, and then I had to remember, oh yeah, that was not intentional, but now we're making deliberate choices because it's not lined up. Because I think it was somewhere in here that I like stitched down too far or whatever. So yeah, things are a little skew-whiff, but so we're trying to concentrate the skew-whiffness into a specific area so it doesn't bleed over into the rest of the project. That is the plan. That is what we are attempting. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we are back on our cross-stitching bullshit in honor of the fact that I'm gonna go see, I feel like I maybe have been pronouncing his name wrong this entire time, but Joe Kiyashi, the Ghibli composer. Leo and I are gonna go see him in concert tomorrow, which I'm really excited for. So it felt appropriate in honor of my adventure tomorrow that I pay a little homage to that while working on some Ghibli stuff. Because we still obviously, as you know, have our Starry Night diamond painting that is still very much a work in progress, but this is also still very much a work in progress. So we are out here trying our best, working on all of the whips because there are plenty. I was thinking about how I need to clear off my PC desk because I need to start, I need to submit a passport renewal. I have to do some sort of admin stuff that I think will involve my scanner and things. But right now the desktop space has basically just become a dumping ground for all of the projects I am not currently working on and need off of my craft space so that I can work on other projects. So I've just kind of been playing musical desks for the last little while, and so it doesn't help if I need to use the craft space and the desktop space at the same time because I've not really created a system that allows that right now. But hopefully we'll get there eventually. Had to go on a little side quest this morning because our rubbish bin disappeared. So you guys know that outside the front of our house is now where we store the rubbish bins since the bin collectors have deemed our back alleyway unsafe. And so because of that, yeah, everything kind of moved forward, but I forgot that our bin we got a new one right before all of this happened, so we hadn't put the, like, our house number on it. And so then when I was looking outside, I could see our 2, like, you know, recycling bins, and I'm like, I don't know where the rubbish bin is. So Shadow and I went for our walk this morning, and during that time, I'm pretty sure I came across it. It was like 5 houses down, and I looked around the house just to, like, around the area just to see if I could see other bins that were, like, coupled with it, and maybe that one was out of the way, but it didn't kind of look like it belonged in front of the house. So if it did, I'm sorry, I absolutely stole your bin, but I do think it is ours. So that is now back in its supposed rightful spot, hopefully. I'm a little bit, not concerned, but again, trying to, because this is sort of a skew with area, just making sure that everything is put together properly. Just I don't want to fully, like, I don't want to make the decision worse. We've already sort of gone off script a little bit, but I think it'll be okay. I think as long as we line up some of these things, we should be in a good position, hopefully. This is my hope, my want, and my thought. But yeah, I was speaking to my parents yesterday. They're off to Banff to compete in a half marathon, so they've been doing that training in and amongst, you know, being the best senior care people they can, taking care of my grandma, my grandpa, and my great aunt who has dementia. And yeah, it's a full-time job. It's a good thing they're retired, because these yeah, they're a lot of work. We love them, but they're a lot of work. But yeah, so they're off to Banff today to, I think the race is actually on Saturday. We're gonna spend a bit of time down there. But I was relaying my illness story to them, the Rhodes airport incident. But I was talking about how the day before, like, we went to this Memphis barbecue place, and I had like mixed sauteed mushrooms and beef carpaccio, and then my dad's like, well, yeah, no wonder you got sick. You ate uncooked meat in like 31-degree weather, and I'm sure there was like bugs landing on it and like all this kind of stuff, and of course, because it's not cooked, like, you don't know what's going on there. So he was basically to the point where my mom was like, you need to calm down, like, I'm pretty sure, like, don't make Tasha feel even shittier about this. But I just thought it was hilarious. He was like, she needs to know if she's going to be a world traveler, she can't be, you know, eating raw food in hot climates. I'm like, lesson learned, nose goes, now I know. It's one of those where I was like, yeah, duh. Like, it's one of those things where I was kind of like, oh, maybe it was the mushrooms, because that's what came up. And it's like, no, that was the mushrooms were the last thing in your stomach. But what absolutely did you in was probably the uncooked meat, the raw meat of it all. And it's like, yeah, probably. So that's my bit of worldly advice to you. Don't have carpaccio in 31-degree heat. Maybe don't do that. Don't be like me. Learn from my mistakes. Alright. So we do have 1, 2, 3. Oh, it was wild. It's been, I was gonna say, speak of the devil, it was absolutely torrentially downpouring for a minute last night. But it is currently doing that right now. Probably good though. I think the garden really needs it. Though, I think the actual garden needs it. All of the weeds currently growing in the front garden do not need it. If anything, the weeds need to be snuffed out. But yeah, I'm still thankful, grateful, enjoying the cool, gloomy, autumnal British air. I think thankfully, because, knock on wood, every time Shadow and I have gone for our morning walk, we've not gotten caught in said rain. It's actually been nice and sunny every time we go. And then it's only in the afternoon when it absolutely chucks it down when we're in the nice comfort coziness of the house. So I think that's why, you know, I'm still in high spirits about it. I'm sure if I was caught in the middle of it, I might have other words to say, but for right now, I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, so there's a little section here that I want to half stitch out just to make sure we got that before we then move all up into this section. I'm feeling pretty good about our chances if we can really like buckle down and like get shit done today. We might get this section done, which would actually be incredible. I think 3 more past this point. Right? Yeah. 2, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. But yeah, because this, like I said, this is the bottom of this page, and so there's a little bit more going on, but not as much as there was previously. There's a section over here that I think we need to jump over to. So we'll probably finish this structure that's on this section of the page, and then there's a little kind of start of a new structure that we'll need to move over for. It should be all right. I don't really want to like jump to it just because of the white, I don't want it to show off underneath it, but we'll get there when we get there. Let's see how much we can get done. But so far so good. I need to figure out how to modify Shadow's jammies. So if you guys don't know, if you remember, we bought Shadow pajamas because he was getting really cold at night. And when they're on, it's great, but he's really struggling with us getting his paws through the front, like, sleeves of the pajamas. He just really hates us having to bend and manipulate his front paws. To the point where, like, yeah, like he's been getting a little bit like growly and stuff at us, and I'm like, okay, you're uncomfortable, I don't want to push it. But obviously, yeah, it makes it more difficult then. And then thankfully, he's been really good at like wanting to go outside, coming in, laying on the sofa, and letting me like put a blanket on him, and I think that's been keeping him pretty warm. He's not like woken me up in the night. But ideally, because, you know, when the jammies are on him, he does really enjoy them. It's just the process of getting them on and off that he really is, like, not a fan of. So I need to come up with an option. I don't know if it'll be, like, if he can tolerate putting one sleeve on at a time, I might, like, cut the sort of neck chest section out and then put, like, Velcro there, so then we could almost, like, put it on, like, a jacket a little bit. But if he has no tolerance for even those sorts of sleeves, then I have to kind of figure out a way to modify the sleeves. So I kind of don't want to jump the gun and like, yeah, I don't know. I have to kind of figure out, we have to trial out some options. I still have his like plaid button-up shirt that I bought him a while ago. So I'm wondering if we see if he tolerates that, because that would be the modification that I would make. As putting his like one sleeve on and then the other sleeve on kind of thing. So yeah, so we have to do some tests and do some experiments, but hopefully we can come to an idea. I think it'll be helpful as well if this one isn't as good or doesn't work. I did order him a shirt that only has like one sleeve for the 2 leg holes, and then also has a modification on the chest, so I can also sort of look at that and use that as a bit of a guideline, possibly. Yeah, I think I have somewhat of an idea of what I'm gonna do, but not 100% ready to like take the scissors to the garment yet. I think I also need to go to like Hobbycraft and pick up some like proper, if we go the Velcro route, like pick up some proper Velcro. I might need to pick up a little bit more fabric just to give the Velcro something to attach to, because I think if we attached it to the already existing fabric, it would then make everything too tight. So that's another thing that needs to be considered. But yeah, so unfortunately, it's not like it's a bust. Like the jammies aren't a bust, but I do think that they're not nearly as successful as they could be because he just is really struggling with the front paws, but that's all right. We're learning together. Got my tea again because I've not been feeling 100%. I've been drinking a lot of peppermint tea lately. I used to drink so much peppermint tea, especially in the evenings, and then I kind of got over it, but now it's been an absolute godsend. That and Gaviscon have been my best friends over the last couple of days. But I'm hoping, because again, if it's like, I don't know, like a long-term indigestion thing, then I think I have to like really examine my diet and stuff, which would kind of be a pain in the ass because I already am, you know, dealing with celiac disease and having to like be restrictive in that respect. But I don't know. I'm hoping that it'll just be something that like runs its course. I feel like there's a lot of different things sort of happening in my body right now. And so once those sort of sort themselves out, then I'm thinking that that will kind of sort out all this indigestion-y stuff. At least that's what I tell myself. That's what I'm giving myself hope for. But we'll see. As of right now, I'm just trying to take it easy and like not beat myself up about it because, like I said, it can be frustrating when I don't physically feel well. I get in my own head a lot, so trying not to do that as much. Doesn't help too that Shadow has no interest in like snuggling with me. I kind of already knew that, but I feel like he's been like usually in the afternoon, like we have some sort of like our version of snuggling. But even then, it's not really been happening a lot lately. So it's one of those where like when you don't feel well and you want the comfort and snuggles of your dog, and your dog's like, leave me alone. You're like, oh, okay, rejected. It's fine. It's all good. We are crushing it. Just perfect. So many stitches, so little time. Again, I don't want to say that I'm gonna get this. I know I promised my mom that I would get this done by November, but I feel like once October happens, we'll be in like full spooky season mode, and so we'll be working on stuff leading up to, especially leading up to the Halloween party. I don't think I need to make anything per se, but I do need, like, in terms of crafts, I do need to obviously make a bunch of pizza skulls. That's still on my agenda. I actually have to order some more silicone molds because I only have one skull mold and you can only make 6 skulls at a time, and if I'm trying to make like enough pizza skulls for like 40 people, I'm gonna need to increase production, and so we're gonna need more than one. So I think if I order 2 more, that should give me enough, hopefully. Because the other thing too is, well, I don't know. As of right now, I do think a lot of people are going sweet for the potluck. Very few. I think there's only one person that's gonna go savory so far. So I think that will be sort of, at least my plan is to kind of fill in the gaps of that. But obviously, I don't know, like it's one of those where if people really like them, I think last time I made them 2, I only made enough for like everyone to have at least like 2. And then they were so good that some people were taking like 4. And I'm just like, well, not everyone's gonna get them then. Like that's just kind of the way it is. But I think we'll probably just have to have like emergency pizzas, like plain pizzas on standby just in case we need more like sort of substantial options so everyone's not running around just like eating sugary food the entire afternoon. But honestly, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I'm sure the parents of the children who are coming to the event would absolutely hate me though, so we're gonna try to not have that be a thing. Someone told me that they're gonna do like a spooky fruit platter, which I'm really excited about, and I think that'll be a nice palate cleanser. Some natural sugars as opposed to absolute carnage of just refined sugars. But yeah, my plan is to do pizza skulls, probably do those on stream, at least some of, not all of them, but some of them definitely on stream. And then I also want to make, I think I was originally just going to make bat chips, but I have a bunch of like spooky cookie cutters, and instead of just making bats, I might as well utilize all of the cookie cutters. Because I don't think I'm going to be making cookies, because again, I'm trying to fill the gap that all the sweet people will fill. So I don't really want to be contributing to the sweets pile, because I think there's already going to be too much. So I'm going to make like Halloween themed tortilla chips, and then probably make like a layer dip or something like that. And last year I did that, and it was just bats. But I think I could just do, because I think I have a bat, a ghost, a witch's hat. I have like a little like candy bonbon one, which I'm not as keen on that one. There's a pumpkin one as well, so I think that might be fun. It'd also be helpful to help get the most out of the like tortillas, because I'm gonna probably pick up a bunch of gluten-free tortillas and then cut out all of the whatchamacallits, all of the shapes. And so obviously well, I don't know, I was gonna say maybe using all the different shapes will result in like a more like make like more bang for your buck sort of thing. But then also too, I guess if there's a lot of different shapes, then it might be harder. I don't know, we'll see. I'll still probably cook all the scraps, and then I'll just have like, you know, random off-cut tortilla chips for myself, which is fine. Okay, I need to pay attention now for a second. It'd be nice if we can do this entire thing with the one bit of floss left. Okay, so that goes here, and then this guy is up here. So this is 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna just half stitch all of this so I can come back and park the floss in where there's more floss to do so. Just check something real quick. Cool. All right, 1, 2. These ones will probably end up being full stitches just because we need to move back along here. Cool. Okay, those ones are actually full stitches. That's fine there. Okay, continuing our half stitch situation. I guess so. Technically, we're going around in a circle. That's fine. We'll continue doing it this way. I was like, maybe we don't. Don't overthink it. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, if we finish this page today, then that means the entire, like, top half, basically the entire, I want to say third in terms of the pattern sheet, but it's more like, I don't know, I want to say it's half. Actually, it is more than half, because according to our stitch counter, I think we're like over 60% finished the project. So yeah, we're more than, so when we finish this page, we'll be even closer to that goal. I think luckily there's not too many more like full coverage pages. I don't even know if there is. I don't even know if there's any more. There might be a couple down here, but I don't think so. So I think once this is done, like the individual pages will come together much quicker. These sort of middle sections here were the ones that were taking up the most time and the most space because they were essentially full coverage pages. But all of these ones, I think there'll be a lot more. I don't know. The sense of completion will be much higher, I think, with some of these. There'll be a quicker turnaround time. So maybe it will get done by November. That was the promise. But we'll see. Depends how much off-stream time I'll dedicate to it. I feel like I'm sort of there. I started a new book, but I have a couple books that I'm actually like interested in reading because I've had, I have a shelf with a bunch of books I've not even started. But I find usually like because I cross stitch or I'm constantly crafting and doing things with my hands, like those are the things I'd rather be spending my time doing. But as of late, I'm like, oh, there's actually a book I really want to read. So it's kind of counterintuitive where I'm like, okay, if I'm working on this, I can't really be having my nose in a book. But I'm really excited to read this book. So then that puts crafting off stream kind of on the back burner. But we'll strike a balance maybe at some point, but not today. Okay. So that is the end of that little guy. So if I can move this over and around. Perfect. I think, hopefully, knock on wood, we will win this game of floss chicken. I think there's enough. I think there's enough to continue back around. Over. And then this gets filled in with another color, which is fine. Oops. We're slowly moving down the line. So there's like a couple little sections here that need to be done. But then essentially we're just kind of working in this section now, which is nice. Feels like we're slowly but surely reaching a finish line. Especially with like crosses, I feel like especially with like really large projects, you kind of need to take the wins where you can. You need to sort of break it off into chunks or else the whole thing just seems like completely overwhelming and impossible. So breaking it down by page, breaking it down by like sections of a page, breaking it down by just like number of stitches, anything that can just make it feel like you're accomplishing something, even though it can sometimes feel like you've just been working on something for hours and not even put a dent in it. Finish this up and then we can look at our official stitch count and see where we're at in terms of completion percentage. think there's any more. Yeah, this color now will only be, I think it's kind of like another mast that sort of will go over here, but we'll kind of almost start that as a different section, just so that if we were to cross over, then it would create like dark lines underneath the Ada, and we don't want that. Triple check that there's nothing else in this area. Cool. Alright. Oh, it's annoying. There's one stitch of a specific color on that kind of masked section. That's fine. We'll figure that out. We will sort that out when we get there. Okay. I think there's, how many? I think there's three colors left for this section. And then the other new part of the page has a few more, but nothing crazy. Flip this back around. So we have, oh no, 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 colors. Okay, that's fine. I think maybe we'll do the blue. Yeah, we'll do the blue section, I think. Okay, cool. Let's do that. We have a blue section, a purple section, and a brown section. Oh, and like a sandy brown section. Okay, let's do that. Oh, Jane Comic, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you for being number 380. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a fabulous day. Right, on to the next. Again, we sort of mucked up this section here, but it's fine. I think we're just gonna put 4 blue stitches there and just pretend like that was deliberate. Oops. I don't want to lose that thread, so if we do these however many stitches, and then hopefully that will be tied off enough that we can let it go. So this little section here. I'm on a cleaning spree right now, so I can't say personally. Yeah, no problem. That's all right. Kudos to the cleaning spree. You cross-stitch too. That's amazing. I love to hear it. I love meeting fellow cross-stitchers. That's cool. Hey man, I wouldn't I wouldn't get in the way between someone and their cleaning frenzy. But amazing. I love it. Alright. Just knock those 2 off, I think. Perfect. This will hopefully go through quite quickly. I guess. possibly. There we go. Just a little bit. I gotta make sure I can still see. Let's just rearrange a little bit. There we go. Perfect. So I have to remember to leave the last two in this lineup empty because those are going to be different colors. So yeah. Oh, amazing. Yeah, I really enjoy this color palette. I'm a big fan of like neutral sort of earthy autumnal colors. So yeah, I've been enjoying this palette for sure. That's so cool. I love that. Yeah, we do a bit of cross stitch. I do some other crafts as well, but I think my constant bread and butter is a good cross stitch. So lately we've been cross stitching and then also diamond painting. I don't know if you've ever diamond painted before, but that's been fun. That's been interesting. But yes, I have many a whip on the go right now, but I promised my mom I'd get this one finished by November, so I have a little over a month to go, and I am 63.2% done allegedly. So still not anywhere near like a 70%. I think once I get past, like, I feel like I've been standing in like 60s zone for a while, but done a couple DVs too. Oh wow, yeah. Yeah. Biggest thing, right, is there's so many fun projects, so little time. And I used to be the type of person where I would start one project and finish said project before starting another one, and then I just, I opened Pandora's box and decided to start a couple at a time, and then that was it. Now there's like 4 on the go right now. 2 that have been untouched for months. But we'll get back into them. That's cool though that you've done some diamond painting as well. I do find that there's a lot of similarity between diamond painting and cross stitching in the sense of like the way that you follow a pattern. The only thing is, I guess it's more kind of akin to a printed cross stitch because you have the actual picture stamped on it, and then you're just adding like the dots onto it, or the diamonds or the drills or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, the fact that like there's corresponding color chart and then they have different symbols is very cross stitch coded in my brain. I got a sampler 2x2 stitch art on Etsy. Oh, cool. Wow. 3K stitches into, that's amazing. I know one of our friends, Nungdae, I think she's working on like the biggest project ever, and it's like, I don't even know how many stitches, but it's in like the multiple Ks, definitely. Yeah, I think this is currently probably the biggest project that I've done so far. I'm trying to think of the other ones that I've done. I've done like, I don't know, like larger projects in terms of like the size, but it was also larger Aida cloth and there was a lot of like white space, whereas this is like very full coverage, and I think I'm using like 24 count single stitch, so I think just the sheer volume of concentrated stitches is much higher here than in my previous largest cross stitch, I think. Oops. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, I appreciate it. Morning, Galway. How are you today? I hope you're having a good Thursday. We've been trucking along. The kids are getting loud. Yeah, no problem. It's all good. I appreciate you stopping by, Chain Convict. And yeah, hope I see you again soon. Alright. This section is now finito. Now we have 3. Now we have 3 more colors to do. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those, because my stomach's not been feeling very well. I had my 1 coffee this morning, and now again I've switched to peppermint tea, but it's been like, I don't know. My caffeine intake has gone down over the last little while, so I feel like my brain has been shutting down a lot earlier. I had a nap yesterday, which was very needed. I had to resist the urge to want to curl up onto the sofa this afternoon. So, yeah. So I apologize if I'm overly yawny at any point, because yeah, the peppermint tea is great for the stomach, but not good for the keeping myself awake. Alright, what's next? Maybe the purple one? How do we want to start this? Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, cool. Just making sure. Move it over here. Okay, if we put that here, then that should keep itself together. Okay. Hopefully. It would have been amazing, actually. Obviously, there's no way in hell that that's happening, but it would have been so cool if I had this finished for when I went to the concert tomorrow and, like, got to wear my Howl's Moving Castle cross-stitch to listen to composer Joe Hayashi's performance, but alas and alack, I just know that this is what I'm working on. Actually, to be fair, I have a pin. My mother-in-law got me a pin with a soot sprite on it. I should stick that on my jacket. I feel like that would be a nice nod. Where we're off to next. Here, actually. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, cool. Back on track. Figure it would be easier to start up here than starting, because there's like a couple, like a couple little dots that we need to fill in down here, but it felt like, I don't know, it felt better to end on a section that's full of floss than to end in a section that's still a bit patchy. I don't think it would have really made that much of a difference, but I think it's also satisfying too to like slowly fill all of that in. Oh, guess it stopped. It stopped downpouring. Whatever flash rainstorm we were having, it seems to have stopped for now. Though it's still very like gloomy out, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's just kind of, if the rain clouds are just kind of like circling the neighborhood. Because it's quite sunny right where we are, but if you look just over the highway, it looks still very gloomy there. So I'm sure that it'll be like that, kind of just rolling rain clouds over the next 24 hours, which, like I said, I am okay with. Make sure there's all these like little kind of one-offs. I just want to make sure I don't miss any of them, because that's definitely happened before. And we don't want to have to thread floss just for a single stitch, because we already know we have to do that later and I'm already annoyed about it, but it's fine. Oops. Okay, it almost slipped out. Almost, not quite. Big chunk off the list. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Yeah, 4 more stitches in this color. And then we just have 2 more colors left on this main frame. And then, like I said, we do have to start another little section before we officially flip the page. But we're making, I don't know, I'm feeling very confident about this. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited that we're gonna have completed this by the end of stream today, which is awesome. And by this I mean this page. I do not mean this project. Let's be very clear. We still have a long way to go in that respect. Perfect. Another color done. Morning, Cat! How are you today? I hope your week's been going all right. I hope things are on the up and up. I am determined to finish this cross-stitch page today. I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling like it's gonna happen. Just trying to stay positive and just crack on. They're going. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Time, that son of a bitch. It just keeps on moving. do this section here. Oops. Yeah, it's annoying. I feel like I've been very ebby and flowy this week too. Where I was like not feeling the greatest, and then I was like, oh, maybe, and then I was like, nah, we still not feeling the greatest. So it's been an annoying little roller coaster this week, but we're just trying to have self-compassion and, you know, trying to be gentle and kind to ourselves. It's all we can really hope for. All we can really ask for and try is just to be nice. Be nice to yourself. But some days it's harder than others. Okay, just making sure we have this little section left. Oops. Yes, you're done with Lady Doctor. Really? Yeah. Is that just... Because is it breast cancer that your mom has? I don't remember if it was that one or if it was a different type of cancer. If it is, then obviously it makes sense that you have to kind of go quite periodically, just because it's now you have like a familial history with it, yeah? I've never had one, but it always, the way people describe it and the way like you see the machines and how it like has to push you around and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, so it's still that like familial history sort of thing. Well, hopefully they obviously all come back clear. But yeah, they just seem like an interesting situation where they have, yeah, you basically like treat your boob like Play-Doh in a machine as it like smushes it around and like has to scan all the tissue and whatnot. It seems like an interesting experience. But a necessary one. If people are told they need to go get them, you should go get them. I am all for, like, well, naturally, but it's like, yeah, if you've been told to get checked out about stuff, do not neglect your health. Go and do that. It's very important. I'd rather just get them chopped off. Also valid. That's also an option. Yeah, just chop them off and get them over with. Yeah. I remember feeling that way before I got diagnosed with celiac disease, and I was going for, like, blood tests pretty regularly, and I was like, can you just chop my arm off? There you go. Multiple months worth of blood right there in the arm. Just take that, and like, I don't want to keep doing this. Yeah, so I get the desire to just be like, listen, let's just get this over with in the quickest way possible, because this is a pain in the ass. I feel like we moved. Alright, after this, we got one more color for this part of the section, and then we have this new little, like, masked section we need to count out. And then the page is done! Luckily, I don't think that there's very many colors. It's like a little masked section here, though we might have to move these magnets around a little bit, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. Oh, shit. No! Damn it. No. Wait. No, okay. Whew! I'm still good. I thought I covered something. I need to keep this guy clear. I thought I filled in a section I wasn't supposed to, but it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. Phew. Okay. Crushed it. Saved it. All good. Yes. Okay. I'm like, there's no magic secret hiding of this color right now. No, we're still good. Last is our brown color, and then this part of the castle is finished. And then actually we might move the whatchamacallit, the magnet over in advanced in anticipation for, because I think it's taking up a decent section. Alright. Pop this guy away for a second. We'll need him later, but not right now. Okay, so we do need to kind of move this way, I think. I don't know if we have to move the hoop. We might, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Until then, oops. The customer don't want to be bothered to make it. Oh, wow. Yeah. Do you find that the coffee makes it harder for you to concentrate, or does it does it have the opposite effect? Because I don't know. Sometimes I've heard that like people with like ADHD, the caffeine will make you like almost have the opposite effect. But I'm not sure, because I know my brother has ADHD and he doesn't drink caffeinated beverages because it'll wire him. So I don't know. Right. Okay. That's what I thought. So yeah, we'll see. This will be a fun little social experiment, or I guess sciencey experiment. Just a fun little experiment for you. See what happens. I think sometimes it's good to sort of check in with your body sometimes, just to be like, do we still function this way? And then you go, wait, yep, we definitely do. Yeah. I guess it's probably, like, in a good way. At least you know that you have coffee as a backup for stuff like that. Because I know, like, especially with, like, prescriptions and stuff like that, like, it's the ease of access, it's the side effects, it's the whatever, like, coffee is almost like a natural option for you. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It'd be nice if somebody offered. Like, do you have that in your office, like, with the office culture, where somebody will be going to get a drink, and then they'll, like, ask around in the office, like, oh, does anybody else want a coffee or a tea or something? That's very big in British culture. Where, like, I remember working in an office, and it would be like, you know, I'm gonna go make a cup of tea. Who else wants a cup of tea? But I don't know if that's as common in American workplaces. It's everybody go get yourself. Oh, okay. Right. You've cold in the front. That's gotcha. So it's like, even if they did offer, you're like, you're gonna mess it up, so no. Which, fair. I respect that. I guess when you go and get your lunch, you might be able to go grab your cold brew. It's just the current non-desire to get up. And honestly, I get that. That happens to me constantly, where I'm like, I really could go up and fill up my water bottle, or I could just continue to sit here because the sofa is comfy and be thirsty. That definitely happens to me. Oops. I feel like this hoop isn't very tight, but I don't want to go through the hassle of trying to retighten it because it's hiding by where the clamp is. Oh, Shadow's on the move. Oh, speaking, because I always told you guys how this song reminds me of Spy X Family. The second season's meant to be coming out in October, which is very exciting. I don't know when it's meant to end up on Crunchyroll. I don't know, like where it's premiering. I think it's a Crunchyroll exclusive, so it must be premiering on there as well. I don't know if it's like, for instance, how Only Murders in the Building, the next, like, the season premiered on Hulu, but then it took like a year before it ended up in the UK. I don't know. I don't know enough about, like, the anime streaming services to know if things are, like, exclusives, if they come out worldwide or if they come out, like, in the States before they come out in the UK and stuff like that. I'm not aware, but hopefully it just means that, like, I will get more Spy Family this year, which would be nice. Whether or not it's actually in October or if it happens, you know, at a delayed release date. Still exciting. Oh, they played this one earlier. That's funny. They even have instrumentals toggled on. They're like, hey, here's some lyrics. And I'm like, sure, whatever. Let's not, we won't resist. We'll let it happen. Okay. There's a section here, and so I'm wondering if I can fill in some of these stragglers via this thing. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay. One, two, three. Oops. Oh, he's inside out again. 4. 5, 6, 7. Let's just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then over here. Alright, okay. So then that one, and then we'll go down here and we'll fill in these guys before we then come back up and finish these stitches. That is my brain process. That is what we're gonna do. Perfect. And then there are some other ones up here, but that can be done when we come back around. That is the plan. Oh. Sweet love Phil, hello, welcome in, Raiders. Hello, wowie wow, hi Nung Day. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a fabulous Thursday. We are out here cozy cross-stitching today. What were you working on? How was your stream? I'm so happy you guys are all here today. Yeah, like I said, we're just being a little chill today, and trying to get some cross-stitching done before I go off and see Joe Hiyashi in concert. Ghibli composer himself tomorrow. I thought we would work on our Ghibli cross stitch. Yes, it is S tier Ghibli film, so I'm glad you agree. And I'm glad you're here. What were you working on today? If you need to raid and run, I totally understand, but I appreciate it. Original embroidery of 3 owls in a trench coat. Oh my god, that sounds amazing. I love that visual so much. That's so cute. How far along are you on the project? Are you like just starting? Are you almost done? Oh, that sounds so cool. I can't wait for that to be finished. That's gonna be amazing. I love that visual so much. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, apparently we are, oh, where are we at right now? Let me cross off what we've done so far so I can get my official percentage rating. We are 63.4% completed, and we have done 139 stitches already. That's not bad, actually. I feel like that's actually pretty high normally. Oh, right in the middle, I think. Oh, cute! Oh my god, I love that. That's so awesome. That's a nice place to be. You're sort of like over the halfway point, going into the home stretch. I love it so much. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. That's so good. Yeah, we're over the halfway point in this project, but honestly, it still feels like a long way away before we finish it. But again, I'm just along for the ride, appreciating the journey, you know? Just enjoying the process. Yes, of course. Oh, honestly, please go attend to the cat. Trust me, I understand the need of a attention-seeking animal. But thank you so much for the raid. Again, once again, I appreciate you. And yes, please go take care of yourself and your cat, and I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye. Oh, is this not a full stitch? Oh no, it is. Whew. I think sometimes it moves around in the cloth, so it looks like it's not a full stitch, and that stressed me out for a second. Yes, good old puppy Shadow. He's currently asleep on the sofa right now, just vibing. His tummy's not been feeling the greatest either. I think it's back to normal a bit better now that it's cooler out. He's like eating more and more, like actually eating frequently and stuff, which is nice. Because there was a moment when both of us were not feeling the greatest. But I was saying, it's been a bit rude that, like, I've not been feeling the greatest last little while, and Shadow's like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. So I feel like, you know, when you don't feel well, all you want to do is, like, snuggle with your fur baby, and he's like, I'm gonna give that a miss. And I'm like, okay, thanks, Shadow, very much appreciative. Sits on Liam's lap, absolute besties, snuggle buds to the end. Doesn't snuggle with me, but it's fine. I'll steal the kisses when I can. But yes, we are nearly approaching the end of this page, which is very, very exciting. Again, this is the last color in this particular section, and then I think we're starting a new sort of mast over here, which again, I'm still not sure if I need to move the hoop for that, but obviously if I do, we will cross that bridge. But for now, we're just gonna keep it in its current orientation, and then once the page is done, we will do not final, but next hoop move. Take a look at where we're at, and then go from there. I'm hoping that I managed to line everything up here. I shouldn't have to like worry about miscounting and rearranging the countings, because some of them I think I messed up something here and then had to sort of shift things up and down. Yes! Yeah, I saw that. I feel like I thought it was probably such a relief to finally get confirmation of like what you've known for the whole time, but like what you finally are gonna now, like with that official thing, get support for. Yes, it was so amazing to hear that that actually happened. That'll be interesting, like to see that you've got some medication to see how that goes. I know, again, for some people it works really well, other people's it doesn't, but you're currently like, step 1 was finally getting like the official assessment done, right? And then step 2 is now we're trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah, that's my first few minutes. Oh yeah, no problem. Wow. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I appreciate you stopping by, even if it's just for a little bit, Saul. You know how much it means to me. And yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. I respect. I've also been in sleepy nap time dazed mode, so I appreciate, you know, you need to work at your own pace, especially when you're not feeling 100%. And yeah, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Do what you can. Take a lot of rest, and you got this. I believe in you always. And yeah, thanks for popping in and saying hi. But yes, team Spicy Brain. But I'm excited. When do you start the medication, and do you start it like right away, or do you have to go and get it and stuff? It'll be interesting. Because I think my brother has one that he takes that is helpful. But when they're going through the hyperactivity questions, I didn't relate. Got the inattentive type. My mom sat next to me agreeing. Oh, amazing. Oh, amazing. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I know some people who definitely don't have, the hyperactivity component. My brother definitely has the hyperactivity component, though. But that's funny that she was like, no. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It definitely takes, I think anytime you start a new, like, medication, I think it probably takes about a week for your body to sort of, like, know what to do with that sort of information. Yeah, I think you definitely have to just, like, let it do its thing for a little bit. Before you can sort of make a determination, because it's like it takes a while for something to like leave your system, so I can imagine it takes a while for something to sort of get incorporated into your system. So yeah, it'll yeah, definitely. Don't rush it. Yeah, don't expect, you know, amazing, you know, magic wand gifts overnight, but oh, thank you so much for the gifted sub, Saul. That's amazing. Thank you. Yeah. That's still so exciting, though. I feel just know that, like, you've been pushing and pushing and waiting so long to finally get some semblance of support, and the fact that you've, gift subs overnight. Yeah. Amazing. You're like a caped crusader of subs. Also, first time I've ever had meds in a bottle. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I know, yeah, in the UK, they put everything in, like, a blister pack, whereas I was used to, in North America, having the, like, the orange, the stereotypical, like, orange and white pill bottle. Amazing. I didn't even realize look how in sync we are. Unintentional, but hey man, it happens. Yeah, that's interesting. It was funny though, because I know because I still had like my orange pill bottle when I moved here. So originally I was popping all of the pills out of the blister pack and sticking it in the orange pill bottle. But the problem I was finding is that I was like, I couldn't visually see when I was running low on them, whereas like now when I have like a week left on a sleeve, I'm like, oh, I need to renew the prescription. Whereas before I'd be like looking into the orange bottle being like, shit, I have 2 left and it's like a Friday. So yeah, I've noticed originally it was like that was the only kind of method I had ever known. But then as I've kind of moved forward, I'm like, oh no, the blister packs is easier to sort of navigate. But I guess probably for you, because they're trying you on something and then figuring out if it's going to become a long-term thing. So it makes probably sense that they didn't just give you a whole sleeve, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I'm much better at managing when to renew shit now that they're not in a bottle. Because there were moments where I was like, I have 2 pills left and I need these every day. Chop chop, let's do this. And they'd be like, practice is closed. It's the weekend. And I'm like I think there was moments where I was taking like 1 every other day just to try to stretch it and stuff, which is not ideal. Take your meds, guys. Renew your meds properly. Don't be like me. Don't be like past me. Current me is doing pretty good. I got 28 days. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I usually, again, you gotta make yourself a note. Stick it everywhere. That, like, a week beforehand. Make sure you place it. That's alright, though. That's exciting, though. You're off on a new adventure. Perfect. Yeah, truly. Thank goodness. Yeah. Yeah, that's an amazing, good job, Mom. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. All right. This little section here is officially donezo. And now we have a new little guy we need to start here. Which I don't think we need to move the hoop for, but we will find out. We will see. What color do we need first? This guy. Oh my goodness. Gotta do some counting. Alright, so we're gonna move this guy over 2. 1, 2, and then on the 3rd. Yeah, okay, cool. This is when I find out that I have not put this in the correct order. I did though. Let's have faith, Tasha. Let's have faith that all this is gonna line up and be fine. Trust the process. Also has to sign in and show my ID to collect them. Lady gave me a form and said, oh yeah. Yeah, it's like a contract, eh? Sign your life away. You're like, it's not that serious. We're not making deals with the devil over here. It's all good. Or are we? Well, I guess maybe if it's like a new prescription or something like that you would need to then sign for it. I don't know if I've ever had to. Oh no, yeah, when you collect it, especially if you have to pay for it yourself, then I actually always need to give my signature when I pick up my medication. Now that I think about it, it's one of those where I was like, do I? And I'm like, no, yeah, I definitely do every time. Every time I gotta sign my life away for another hit, another dose. Right. Yeah, there's like different classifications that they probably are like, listen. I always remember when, cause my mom's a nurse, and before I got diagnosed with celiac disease and I had like really, really bad stomach pains and stuff like that, I would get prescribed different levels of painkillers just to kind of help manage stuff. And I remember one time, I think I got prescribed Percocets, and my mom sort of telling me, like kind of whispering to me, like, you know, at home, just being like, listen, don't tell anyone you have these. And I was kind of like, what are you talking about? And then I realized, like, literally, isn't there like rap songs where they're like, Molly Percocet? It's like, that's a drug that like people steal and get high off of. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, not gonna tell anybody that I have these. But yeah, that was just an interesting conversation that my mom was like, so this is a controlled substance and maybe don't tell people that you have it, KK. I was like, okay, Mom, sounds good. Won't do that. But yeah. 1, 2. Oops. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, just making sure. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Throw this guy in here. Oops. Oh. Do you ever find that sometimes when you're stitching that like your floss doesn't stay in its lane? You go to stick it in a hole and then it's like, oh no, I want to scooch over and be over here. And I'm like, no you don't. Get your ass back where you're supposed to be. I don't understand. Yeah, this is like a propeller thing at the back that we're working on now. I keep trying to figure out, like, I don't know which is the front and which is the back. Obviously, as we continue down, it'll make sense. But in my brain, I'm like, oh no, this is the front. Then I'm like, oh no, this is the front. So we'll find out. Though I do think that maybe this is like the door frame area. So maybe that over here, that's the front. We'll find out as we move down the project. I know I could just look at the whole thing. Here, actually, let me look at it. Yeah, okay, this is the front here. And then this is the back portion. Yeah, no, we still have a ways to go. I'm like looking at this and I'm like, yeah, no, there's still quite a bit of stitching left to do. There's like, we've not even made the mouth of the Howl's moving castle yet. Oh, I saw a company. I saw this on like my Google feed or whatever. Can't remember what the name of the jewelry company is, but the jewelry company is like collaborating with Studio Ghibli to create Howl's Moving Castle jewelry pieces, and you can get like a calcifer pendant and a calcifer ring, and then you can also get like a Howl's Moving Castle pendant, and the legs of the castle like dangle and stuff. I think they're made of like probably like 95 sterling silver or whatever, and so I think they're like 150, 165 pounds, like, for the items and stuff. Or no, dollars maybe. So I don't know what that would translate into pounds, but I'm just like, they look so cute and pretty. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Is it saved? Oh, haha, perfect. Yeah, Rock Love Jewelry has done a Howl's Moving Castle. Apparently, the project, I think the project's actually launching today at 9 a.m. PT. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, but yeah, so see, look, there's a little calcifer dangling on a piece of wood necklace, and then there's a ring of like little baby calcifer. I know it's probably kind of blurry right now, but, and then see, look at the house, look at the castle. The castle apparently has little articulating legs, and then you can actually get Howl's like jewelry pieces, and then the rings that Howl and Sophie share. So I'm excited about this, but I think it's out of my budget. I'm like, that would be me blowing probably the entire Halloween budget on Ghibli jewelry. But they look really pretty and I love them. So we'll see. Also, I don't even know if they ship to the UK because they're in American prices. Or if they do ship to the UK, it's going to charge an arm and a leg in the import fees, which I don't want to have to do. Yeah, I told you guys how I want to eventually put this on like the back of a jacket or like a shirt or something like that. And then basically have like a Ghibli inspired kind of like cross stitch shirt that I then like add other things to over time. Originally, I think my default go-to is obviously to like do a denim jean, like a denim jacket or a shacket or something like that. But then when Liam and I were walking around Greece, we saw these like really cool hand painted like jackets and shirts and things like that, but they were linen. And so I was thinking like, oh, maybe like especially if it's like a little bit of a thicker linen, that could probably work. Like a linen shirt as opposed to a jean, like a denim one. And then that would be a little bit lighter too for wearing all seasons. But we'll see. I'm not sure like structurally, integrally, though I would assume it would be fine, but I don't know. We'll see. But I was just thinking about like, because my default, like I said, is always either like, oh, if you embroider denim, you put things on denim. But then I'm like, oh, there's probably other mediums I could be putting cross stitch and like Ada stuff on. But we'll see. Okay, so we need to go down. Actually, let's cross all this off first. And then we're gonna go down 3. 1, 2, 3, and then over 1. 1, 2, 3, over 1. Okay, perfect. And this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, that's easy peasy enough. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, and then there's 2, and then there's 2. Excellent, okay. when things are even and things are being spaced out. I'm obviously counting properly because we've not encountered any issues, which is always ideal and wonderful and fabulous. Oop. I've started like pricing out my Halloween party / decor budget because I have ideas of what I want to procure, but I'm like, oh, maybe I should be fiscally responsible and actually like price everything out and then not just like willy-nilly buy shit and then be like, oh, that's how much it was. Try to stick to a budget. We'll see how that goes, but so far, because I've been trying to figure out like what stuff to stick in my like little treat baskets for the little potluck competition that I'm doing. So far I've priced out like the basket itself, and then I want to put like a tumbler, like a skull-shaped tumbler. You can buy them at Hobbycraft in there. And then what else? A candle from TK Maxx if they're still in stock. A hand lotion from Bath and Body Works. One of their Halloween ones. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out like what else I wanna stick in there. But that's what I'm scheming so far. And then obviously it's like actual like party like disposable like plates and cups and all that kind of junk too. Yeah, hopefully. No one's told me, to be fair, it's still like 3-4 weeks away, but I did want people to tell me roughly what they were thinking of bringing so that I could sort of fill the gaps where we need to. I've gotten a few confirmations of what people are doing, but not sure. Was thinking about Halloween today, so I'm gonna crochet a whole ass skeleton. Honestly, I love that. I was the exact same way that I found a Halloween cross stitch, and I'm like, I'm gonna get this done for Halloween. I think I finished it on Halloween, and like haven't framed it, haven't ironed it. It's just like I finished it, boom, tick box, done. So I haven't actually gotten to like enjoy it for Halloween. That's another thing maybe I want to do is I want to frame that so I can hang that up as part of some of the Halloween decor. But that would be really cool to crochet like a full skull or a full skeleton. But yeah, if you can get the skull done at least, absolutely that's a win. Absolutely that's a win. Yeah, that was like when my ass decided like I was gonna make a Halloween costume, and then I thought about it and I was like, listen, you're not gonna do that. It's probably not gonna happen. So I have ideas. I still have to try on this dress that my friend got me. I got like one thing done and started reading. The question is though, do you have lots to do today, or can you get away with just kind of reading today? Cause you know, if you can get away with it, then I would just do that. But yeah, maybe it's time to go rescue the cold brew from the fridge. I do have a lot to do. Oh no! Okay. Yeah, you've sort of worked out like how long it's gonna sort of take to do things and have allotted for that time. That's all right. You're just breaking the day up in chunks. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Oh, if we can do all of this with one strand of floss, that would be fabulous. We're doing good. I'm feeling pretty confident right now. Pretty confident. Where are we at for this guy? We now need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okie dokie. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. And then there's 2 just tacked on the side here. Okay, and then after this we have 1, 2, 3, technically 4 colors, but I'm almost tempted to not do, there's like a one-off color that would, I feel like will be a huge pain in the ass just to stitch one of them, so I'm almost tempted to make it another color because I can't be asked. Possibly, potentially. We'll see though. I feel like I've taken creative liberties thus far, so I don't think it would be that big of a stretch to take another creative liberty, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. Because it's basically like the same-ish color, it's slightly different, whatever, right? Exactly, exactly. I think that's what's gonna happen. Because especially when you're trying to keep everything neat, to string up one stitch in one color, we're just gonna pretend that it's not that color. Thank you for validating me, Kat. I feel a lot better about this decision now. You're like, do it. I'm like, absolutely. Sounds like a plan. Boom. Done. Hi. Hello, hello. Chi-Chi's a kitty. Hello, hello. I hope you're having a fabulous Thursday. Did this not end up? That's annoying. I thought this would have covered. I'll have to try to catch that when I stick the other guys down. Because I don't really like that that is just hanging there all loosey-goosey. Unacceptable! Alright, so now we gotta switch over to the purpley. And again, hoping that we can do this in one strand. It's a shorter one though, so maybe not. We'll see, we'll see. Oh, amazing! Oh, that sounds so fun. That's so cool. Were you guys all working on different things or the same thing? Oh, I'd love a crafters hangout. Me and my friend try to do that every once in a while. We try to like at least once a month meet up and just like sit and work on our respective crafts. But we've both had shiz going on, so we've not been able to reschedule one in a minute. But it's definitely something that I would love to do more of. That's awesome. Okay, we need to catch this. We'll also catch this. Yeah, all different stuff. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I love that. Oh, no. Oh, that's like me when I'm driving. I just suddenly, my neck just disappears. Kiddo came with me then. Oh, yeah, he did. Yes. Yes, he went there to show off his cross stitching, and I'm sure they were all very impressed, as I would be. Yeah, I love that you guys have found little catch-up communities. It's also nice too to then like have somewhere to go to have that like, I don't know, just like reason to leave the house sometimes. Because I know there's I give myself a lot of reasons to not leave the house, but sometimes it's nice to have a little reason to get out into the world. Listen, you. There we go. Okay, now those are caught. I feel better about this. Yes, everyone, posture. Make sure you relax those shoulders. Take a deep breath and just let it out. Yeah, 10 quarter shut in. Yeah, definitely. And you know, it's like it's one of those because everybody's like got their nose in their own projects. It's like very low stakes. You know what I mean? You're not like forced to have conversations with people if you don't want to. You can just like rock up, say hi, and then just crack on what you're working on, and you don't really need to try too hard. Yeah. I like a good low stakes hangout. I think sometimes, like, especially if you don't know people very well or you're like kind of just getting to know people, there can be like this thing where it's like, well, we have to have an activity or something to do or something to talk about or whatever, and then it kind of can get a bit overwhelming of like, oh, I don't know if this person's gonna have fun, and if they don't, like, what does that mean about me and all this kind of stuff. And then it's like, no, we're crafting. Crafting is the thing, and we're gonna craft, and it doesn't matter. And that, yeah, I find it just, yeah. Crafting is a universal uniter and also a way to like interact, but like slightly removed. One, two, three. It might be snack time in a second. For a brief moment, it looked like this was stitching down one more line, but no, thankfully we're all evened out. I think it's just the warping of the Ada. I was like, ah, shit, I miscounted. Nope, we're good. We are safe. Everything is fine. Perfect. Oops, what's going on? There we go. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3 on the 4th. 1, 2, 3 on the 4th. And then stitch 1. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, we might be cutting it close with this one. I'm hoping we don't end up in a floss chicken standoff, but I think we'll be, hopefully. I'm hoping we'll be okay. Still feels like there is enough, but there's also a bunch of stitches over here, and we also have to complete those into full stitches. We've been getting down. We've been doing the thing. In fact, I feel like this is the most down to business stream we've had in a while. Like we've been putting in the hours. I feel like I've been, you know, I've not gotten so riled up that I cannot cross stitch and talk at the same time, which is helpful when you're trying to get something done in a time frame. So yeah, we have been down to businessing. But cheers to that. Stitching up a storm today, guys. It's been good. I wasn't here to start shit, obviously. No. We're all here to get down to business. Oh my goodness. Though, it seems like, I don't know. I feel like we've been getting a lot done, but also my brain has, I feel like it's been prematurely fried. You know how we always say it shuts off after 6 p.m.? I think the shut off time might be a little bit earlier. Excuse me. But I love when you start shit, Cat. Rile me up. Make me aggro. To be fair, I was getting quite... It's like this thing where, like, you ever get this where, like, it pisses you off, but then also makes your heart hurt at the same time? I feel like that's what happened to me yesterday, because yesterday in Canada, the fucking conservative right-wing government people were staging, like, anti-LGBTQIA+ protests in schools as, like, an infringement on their parental rights or some bullshit like that. And it was just, like, I feel like ever since Trump, like, gained popularity in the States, it's just fueled Canadians and, like, emboldened the more right-wing hate group parts of Canada to, like, become more vocal. And it's just like, God damn it. You know? I'm like, you know what? It was really a lot nicer when y'all just, like, sat down and shut up, you know? But yeah, so just, yeah, last night I was very just, yeah, definitely. I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about, Kat, definitely. It's just one of those things where you just expect better, and then when stuff like that happens, you're just like, wow, okay. And I also feel like, too, like, not being funny, and there were warnings, like, people kept being like, oh, like, that's just stuff that happens in in the U.S., like, the U.S. is this way, and, like, Canada is much better than that, and we're like, no, these people are everywhere. We need to do our best to make sure that things are, like, codified, and our, you know, protections are put in place, because these people will come out of the woodworks the more that they feel emboldened to do so. And so we need to make sure that we don't let them take away basic human rights for the most marginalized populations. So yeah, I'm a little bit salty about the state of my home country at the moment. But luckily, I run in circles. I just realized that this is meant to be another color, but I full stitched it. Whatever, fuck it. It's fine, it happens. But yeah, luckily, like I said, I run in circles of people who are allies. And if they're not, then I've made myself very clear that I don't want to associate with them. But yeah. Honestly, guys, stay safe out there. Because there are people that think you don't have a right to exist, and that's honestly just the saddest, most infuriating thing ever. Talk to one of the trash fires. Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that's the thing that, like, especially too in right now, what's being sort of passed around is this idea of like parental rights. So it's your right as a parent to like know if your child is being exposed to indoctrination or whatever. And it's like, okay, how about all of the religious stuff that gets taught in schools? Like, is that not indoctrination? This is just like facts that there are different types of people that exist in the world. But yeah, and then also too, like, it's just like this weird thing of control where I'm like, I'm sorry, if you're that concerned about your child learning about queer people because you think that they are then going to identify as queer, I'm sorry, your child is queer. They have always been. They just didn't have the language or the understanding to fully articulate it until they were taught because you didn't teach them those things. And so it says more about you and your bigotry than it does about what your child will or won't turn into. But yeah, so I'm like, if that's, and also if you're so afraid of your child identifying as such, then don't have children. Because you should be able to accept and love your child unconditionally, regardless of how they choose to identify. And if that's something you can't wrap your head around, then like, don't procreate. I didn't grow up with any religion in schools, really. Yeah, I didn't either. It was more like actual Catholic schools, and I had friends who weren't necessarily practicing, but because that was like maybe a better school for them to go to, they went to it. And it's like, yeah. And the thing too is it's completely counterintuitive, because going to protest at schools and getting angry about people being taught about the way all these different people live their lives, you're actually actively endangering kids by like having these angry aggro protests. So, is it even more so than it already is? Isn't that where DeSantis is running, and he's trying to like basically make sure you can't talk about any alternative family lifestyles? I'm like, if you're not a cis white Catholic, you know, whatever's, it's like you don't exist, which is obviously complete fallacy and not true. Yeah. See, and that's the thing, right? Where it's like, okay, you're gonna do that, but then you're gonna take away to put in. It's like, nah. See, and that, okay, so that's not indoctrination? I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure it is. But yeah. I just worry about, like, and again, it doesn't matter, like, these are feelings that I would have regardless of whether or not I know people who are personally in these situations, but it hurts so much more knowing that there's people out in the world that I care about that mean a lot to me that are part of these marginalized groups, and knowing that they could be hurt in the onslaught of this bullshit really is like not okay with me. I'm just like, yeah, sucks. And all you can really do, like, obviously there are counter protests luckily that have been organized, and there's been a lot of like information out there about how to support people that are in these communities that, you know, these protests are trying to essentially erase, which is very like it starts here and then it borderlines on, you know, potentially genocidal, and that's not okay. It's like you try to erase people's identities in school, and then you would try to erase them off of your streets, and then you try to erase them off the planet, and that is a very, very scary slope. And so I think, you know, if people think that, you know, people trying to change school whatever's like isn't as big of a deal, like that is a start. You know, it's like how everyone says, like, yeah, you ban books. First you ban books, then you ban education, then you ban, you know, like it just, you see examples of it all over the world. But apparently those countries are like evil fascists or whatever. And like, or no, our country is similar to theirs. Like the amount of times that like I've heard even like relatives talk about how like Trudeau's a fascist and whatever and all this kind of stuff, and like he sucks and whatever, and I'm like, yeah, the fact that you're able to be so aggressively against your political party and have not mysteriously disappeared like so many people do in Russia and China and in other countries just proves that it is not what you think it is. Because if you really were so oppressed and so like just controlled by the man, you would disappear. You would be gone, because that's what happens to people who are against the man in actual fascist countries. Eli's grandparents don't want their grandkids to see photos in textbooks. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, there's either like immense shame and a desire to hide, or it's doubling down. Because I think the other thing too, right, is, yeah, I think there's also a generation that doesn't think it's okay to apologize to children. Like, they're meant to be seen. Like, people still have this mentality where they're like, well, I'm the adult and I'm the authority figure, so I can do no wrong. And I can't admit when I've fucked up because that's going to reflect poorly on, like, the next generation. And it's like, no, actually, if you admit when you fuck up, that's actually going to make me feel more empathy and understanding for you, which is actually a better thing. Like, if anything, you're going to resent people who you can tell are making mistakes but aren't apologizing. Hi, Satchel Max. Hello, hello. Yes, I appreciate your lurky lurk. Things are going well. I hope things are going well for you too. Things are going well because I think we are going to finish a project, which is very exciting to me. Actually, I need to push this over here. But yeah, I worry for people, and I just, yeah. But thankfully, I do know a lot of people who are, you know, putting in a good fight and are safe adults and do admit when they make mistakes and will fight for the rights of the next generation. So it's nice to know that those people exist in and amongst all of the bullshit. It was actually really good because the one time in my hometown there was like a protest that was meant to happen, again under the guise of like parental rights, and it was a smaller scale thing happening in my hometown, and there was a peaceful counter protest in support of LGBTQIA plus individuals, and that counter protest was like 2 or 3 times larger than the initial hate protest, which was amazing to learn about and see and bear witness to. So I think hopefully that there's going to be more of that in the wake of all of this. Chase the finishing high. Exactly. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I just love the color combo of this, and I'm just so excited for it to turn out. I think we're still a long way off, but we're almost done this sort of first third, which is honestly incredible. Yeah, because after this, we just have literally like 4 more stitches left, and then we're done this page, which is incredible, because then we can pop her out of the hoop, rearrange, and figure out where we're going next. Yeah, I'll have to see. I think probably the next progression would be to just work down from this, but we'll see what's going on this other side. We'll see where feels like the next logical start point. Probably from here. See a little paw in the air. Finish this, have a snack break, then do the last few stitches, and then move the hoop. Oops. Alright. Boom. So that is done. Come on now. Sure, good enough. For effect, we also need to, when we move the hoop, we're gonna have to make sure we tighten it, because things are a little bit loosey-goosey for my liking. Okay, we'll cue up the next color and then take a little snack break before we finish that section, because I'm flagging. Where is it? There it is. Oh my god, that's amazing. That's quite a good system. You're like, yeah, man. I knew you were gonna come searching around here. You already had your snack though. This is mine. Mm-hmm. Hello. So I was just gonna have a little bite of this, but you're not gonna let me put it down, are you? Yeah? Woo. You're gonna force me to finish this, because if I put it down, you're gonna be sniffing around for it. Ooh. That's cool though, yeah. That means you can save up for tattoos, because tattoos still deal mostly with cash. Here, I can give you the wrapper if you would like. There you go. Well, you can't have this. This is mine. That's actually fair due. Yeah, what do you want for Christmas? A tattoo. Yeah, definitely. See? Hold on. He's like, what the hell, Mom? Yeah, you can't have it. It's chocolate. Somebody came by because he heard the wrapper open. And now he's like, whatever. I'm gonna move. I see how it is, puppy dog. Yeah, Liam's birthday is coming up next month. And I'm always like, he's very, I don't know, I find he's not the easiest to buy for. Because he's very like practical in the stuff that he likes and wants. And so usually what ends up happening is I'll get like one good idea. But then like 12 people will ask me like, what should we get Liam for his birthday? And I'm like, listen, I only have one idea and it's for myself. So I'll have to have a little think. But no, unfortunately, yeah, tattoo funds wouldn't work for him. He's not a tattoo boy. Those people get Chris Pickles. That's so funny. And they never do? Really? The audacity. Maybe, I guess they think you're joking, but like I would take that as a serious gift request. Okay, this one definitely is a full stitch, but it's like moved. At least I think it is. Did I only half stitch this? I don't think so. I think the stitch just moved. It's fine. Someone bought him a 5-gallon bucket of pickles. He'd be the happiest person ever. I love that. To be fair, they did that, I think because Liam's on, like, he would go on a big Nutella kick, so I think one year somebody got him, like, a 5-gallon, like, industrial bucket of Nutella. But then I think he also got a bunch of other gifts of Nutella, so it took, like, a whole year to finish all these Nutella jars. So I don't think he would appreciate that much. It's one thing when one person gets you a jar of Nutella, it's like, great. But then when everyone's like, I'm gonna get you the ultimate Nutella kit, and there's gonna be like 5 gallons of Nutella, he's like, I literally cannot eat all of this. Somebody hates it, so. Oh, really? I wonder if I should just tell people I literally don't know. And then what would happen? Like, I'd just be intrigued if I would be like, guys, I literally don't know. Like, please get to know this person yourself. Maybe you'll have better ideas than me. Alright, guys. It's time. It's time to move the hoop. We have 100%ed this page. She is done. She is finito. Let's get this out of here and assess where we're at and where we wish to go.
Check your posture.
Let's do some stretches. Whoa. Do some shoulders. All right, here she is so far. Now there's already so much extra fabric, but I'm not gonna cut it until it's done just because it's gonna stay wrapped up. But here we are so far, friends. So far, so good. I was on this breakfast kick for a while. I would do peanut butter and Nutella on a trivia. Oh my god. Yeah. No, Liam does that every morning. So he'll do the same thing. He'll do a wrap. He does mostly peanut butter, and then he does like a quarter of it Nutella, and then he saves a bit of the peanut butter bit for Shadow in the morning. But yeah, he literally, that's his go-to breakfast is peanut butter Nutella wrap. All right, so now we gotta figure out where we want to go from here. Oh, that's not bad, actually. So if we move down here, this is only like a small section. We actually get to use a new color too, which is very exciting. Oh, interesting. Not right away, but we will. Okay. Yeah, we have a couple almost full coverage pieces. That one's done. What's this one? That one's just a foot. That one's literally 4 stitches. 4 stitches. Okay. Cool. So I think the next order of business is over here. I want to actually make sure we roll this up. Oh no, did shit crash? Interesting. There we go. I think things dropped for a second. Are we good? We back? Everything's okay? Let's just check. No, I think we're okay. I think things just took a minute to load. Interesting. Oh well. Okay, so we're gonna move this over here. Tighten this way up because we don't need it popping off. Okay, now we need to redo. I think this one we can reattach. This guy, I don't know. Might be a little more difficult. It also helps, doesn't help that these magnets are not the strongest. I can almost roll. Actually, it might be better if I roll this guy this way. Well, that's not gonna stay, is it? I don't trust this guy. Oops. I think with some of these too, the magnets almost seem like sturdier on some but not others, which is kind of annoying. Okay, now let's hope that these don't pop off. So this is gonna end up in here. So I don't think we need to worry about that. Maybe we can roll this guy in a little bit more. Oop. Again, though, I'm not sure how much that's gonna achieve. So maybe we just leave it. Leave it with the 2 for now. Only because, like I said, this will be tucked in here quite a bit. Alright. Okay, another day, another page. Perfect. All right. Now we just gotta figure out where we're at now. Just here. Don't know if this page has been calibrated. just gonna recalibrate this just to make sure all of the stitches are lined up, only because I don't know if I've done this for every page. It looks okay though, it just seemed like it was a little bit blurry earlier. Okay, set chart size, this is 53, yeah, and you are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that seems right. Okay, cool. It's just a little fuzzy. It's fine. Okay, that's the 20 line. I just gotta figure out where we're starting from. Nope, that's not it. Here. Okay. So 20 here is those two there. So that means, okay. I think I know where we're starting from now. Where are we at now? Ooh, 64% exactly. Wow, amazing. We've tipped the scales. Oh, I'm gonna have to make sure I don't stitch that to itself. So this is the 20 here, so that means that this starts here. I have to be really careful at the start here that I'm not accidentally stitching the Aida cloth to itself. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here. And then down. Okay, that makes sense. All right. See, this is nice because this here is just like bridging this little section here to the rest of this project, which is nice. So if we can get that connection done, we'll be happy with that. Don't know what happened here, but it's fine. Okay. So this is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Let's get this guy over here. But yeah, so this little propeller over here. Luckily this is again mostly just a few colors, so hopefully that means it'll go by decently quickly. Oops. Yeah, why does that happen? Go. 1, 2, and then this we can get done. Like I said, if we're able to sort of connect these two pieces together, then I will be happy chappy. And Chris is gonna move my computer into the living room so we can play. Ooh, that'll be so awesome. Oh my god, that'll be such a good idea. Yes, yeah, so hook up your PC to this big screen as like a monitor. That's so good. Yes, absolutely. That's gonna be so nice. I was gonna say, he married you, so he knew exactly who he was dealing with. So I'm sure he's perfectly fine that he's like, yep, I accept this. I told him going after that vampire and the bear shifter guy. Incredible. Incredible. You were like, let me outlay the conquest and the plan of conquest. Perfect. If anything, yeah. And I think he will be your wingman, right? You guys will go into Baldur's Gate and he will facilitate the seduction of all of the creatures. That is the best way. That is the best way to live out a Ho era, is in the confines of a video game. Absolutely. Because you get that fix, but, don't have to completely ruin your life. Your marriage and sense of happiness doesn't implode if you Ho out in a video game. I am team Ho out in the video games. Definitely. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for Chris to be your wingman, and you get to go all through Baldur's Gate, seducing one mythical being at a time. Maybe multiple mythical beings at the same time. Who knows? Of course. I don't know enough about Baldur's Gate to know who all these people are, but I can confirm, I will just assume that if you think they're hot, then they're hot. I trust your judgment completely. Alright, we're finally moving across the threshold, starting to join these two. I do think that we will run out of floss before we get there with this one, though, but we will do that with the next one. I do think that everything here is correct, so it should all line up as it's supposed to. Again, fingers crossed, knock on wood, but I don't think any of these guys are out of shape. I think it was going this way. I think around here everything is lined up the way it's supposed to be. Excuse me. But yeah, this roll of fabric being so close to the working area is kind of stressing me out. I think I just need to like roll this out a little bit so I don't feel so trapped by it. Okay, we're just gonna let that fall. Yep, okay, cool, that's fine. That's better. I feel less like I'm gonna accidentally stitch two pieces together when I'm not supposed to. Yes, I did. Okay. I think if I do this section here, then I will park that one. 3, 4. There, so if we park these here, then that will give us a good jumping off point. There is more of this color, but I don't really want to go too crazy connecting that. That will all come in time. I don't want to run out and then have a really hard time trying to park this. Ooh. Oh, there it is. Okay. Next color. Ooh. Maybe we'll go with this blue. And actually, if we put this here and sort of half stitch this, I think we can probably do the connection. Okay, I'll go check them out in a second. One, two, 3, and then oh, there we go. 1, 2. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Excellent. Officially made contact with the other side of the piece. All right, let's just full stitch this. Then we're gonna go and check out Asterion. Yeah, Asterion. Astrion. However you pronounce his fine self. First way was right. Yeah. Asterion. Cool. His accent is like, ooh, very nice. Let's just make sure that that thing is caught. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, cool. Alright, let's check All right, let's find this. Yeah, I get it. Yup. So is this the I assume he's a vampire? This is the vampire. He's very attractive vampire. Unless he's an elf, he has pointy ears. He's not vampire? I don't know, but what I do know is that he's very attractive. Yeah. I see why you want to seduce him. You can't not. I feel like it is your sworn duty as somebody who is playing Baldur's Gate to seduce this man right here. I think it's necessary. Absolutely. You have my blessing, even though you didn't need it. But yes, can confirm. Seduction is necessary. Absolutely. Sorry, Chris. It just has to be that way. It's just gotta be that way. Gonna climb him like a tree. Love it. I love it. As you should. As you should. So this is essentially like the tail of the castle. This is like the farthest point of the behind of the castle. Cause yeah, that's the door. That's the front little tail. And then once this moves over, there's like wings and stuff here, but this is the farthest point on this part of the page. The berry is just a big old cinnamon roll. Oh, amazing. Yeah, you have to, yeah, there's a variety, right? Yeah, there's a variety as the spice of life. You don't want them all to be, you know, tall, dark, and handsome. They gotta have some variety. Absolutely. It's like Pokemon, you know, you gotta seduce them all. Yeah, same. I'm really excited to get to that part. I was gonna say point and part, and it came out like pwart. Yeah, I'm excited for that part as well. And also, I think to finally get the face, like, I think you can kind of tell that it's the castle, but I think once you get the distinctive, like, front of the castle sort of face, it'll really start to come together. Now we're sort of we're scooping around here. I guess it's sort of like the tail and then sort of like bottom like platform of the castle. And like I said, once we get sort of closer to this section, we actually are using a new color, which is exciting for the wings. How we doing for time? Not too bad. Wonder if we can finish like this, basically like the end tail. We've made our connection. We've connected this little tail piece to the rest of the project. So if we can finish the bottom section of this tail, I think we'll be in a good position. But even still, like we've accomplished a lot. We finished another page. We finished the top half of the project. We are officially on the 64% mark of the project. I feel like we were in 63 point whatever for so long that we finally turned a page, turned a percentage, and it is coming along nicely. Alright. Keep track of where we are. Ba-doop, boop, boo. Boop. And that one. Okay, now we're running into unknown territory a little bit. So this is now how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, four, 5. I don't know if we get to the end of this one, but if we do, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches. I don't know if we'll be able to do all 9, but we'll go as far along as we can. 1, 2. 3. 4. We'll do 6, just so we have a healthy tail to target. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why are you stuck? What happened? Let's try that again. There we go. Okay, we will load up another color. We are almost reaching end of stream though, so if anyone has any raid suggestions, let me know. I finished half a thing. Hey, good job. That's not bad. Half a thing is better than no thing. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly though, like that's still worth celebrating. You know what I mean? It's just one of those where the fact that it is taking longer but you are getting it done, that's still something to be proud of. As long as you're not feeling frustrated with yourself that it is taking longer. Because I know that can sometimes be part of the issue, is like you beat yourself up that you're like, why is this taking so long? And then that like kind of makes it take longer. So as long as you're, you know, you understand why it's happening and you're like accepting that this is the way it's going to be. And as long as, like you said you're able to get everything done today. You anticipate you will. So that's all you can really ask of yourself. Now my stomach just hurts. Oh no! Oh really? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, no, having a not nice tummy is very distracting. I know. Yeah. I feel you on that. It is not fun. All right, if we can just get through and fill in this section, I will be a happy chappy. Ooh, was it another HelloFresh meal? Because the one that you posted with like the dill pork chop looked amazing. Ooh, I'm excited to see. Hi, baby. Hi. Yeah, we're almost done. Wanted more sauce, but as well as okay, cool. Shadow, this is yeah, picking the greatest time to decide you want attention. All right, let's go see what this is. I don't know if we're gonna finish this, but that's fine. Let me just park this up. And then we will look at the delicious food, and then we will let Shadow outside because he is whining about it, and then we will raid out. Ecuadorian style pescado. Ooh, That sounds and looks amazing. But yeah, I know what you mean when it comes to sauce. I'm like, yeah. I like a real, I want my sauce to food ratio. I definitely want a more even distribution. A lot of times I do want things saucier than they provide, but it looks really nice. Whole honey buttered barbecue pork chops, that also sounds incredible. That sounds so good. See, now I'm getting hungry. Damn, you made me hungry. Okay, let's go see if the pooch actually needs to go outside or if he's just clamoring for attention. Give me 2 ticks. All right, let's go find someone to raid. Need more veg. Oh, really? Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, I guess sometimes, yeah, fish isn't always the most filling. You do need to kind of have a lot going on with it. So yeah, that's annoying though. Alright, let's go see who's online. Wait for Twitch to load up. It's gonna take a million years to tell me who is online. Oh, Artemis is online. Pop-Tart, Faulty Horse. Seabird Studios is also online. I might go and see them. Oops, what happened here? Yes, is it attention time, Shadow? Is that what we are demanding? Something happened here and I need to figure it out. Okay, I think I fixed it. Whew! Right. Park that there. Let's go. Ooh, Seabird Studios actually dyeing yarn. That'll be interesting. Let's mark off what we've done so far here. We've done this. Okay, so final point. Ooh, we're at 64.4 now. Amazing. We've done 369 stitches today. Damn. I feel like when I checked, we were like 130. What do you mean? We did so many more. Incredible. Okay, we're going to paste Seabird Studio in case anyone gets left behind in the raid. This is the raid message. Copy. And then, like I said, guys, there will be no stream on Friday tomorrow because I'm going to be off to a concert. But then we will be back here on Tuesday, as far as I know. I don't think anything's happening on Tuesday. Better not be. Let me check. Oops, oops. No. Nothing should be happening next week, so that should be fine. All right, yes, we will be back here on Tuesday. We'll see what we're doing, whether or not we are cross-stitching some more, or we're diamond painting some more, or we're doing something completely different. Hopefully you will stop by and join me for that. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me again today. I always, you know, it's feeling a bit blah, but I always feel a little bit better once I hang out with you guys. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. How? How? I don't know if the raid actually worked. Let's try again. Start the raid. You were already raiding. Pretty sure I'm not. Okay. I don't know if that actually worked, but if it did, cool. If not, go over again to Seabird Studio and go give them some love. Because it keeps telling me we've already raided into them, but the fact that we've not determined that that is a lie. So just go give them some love. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Let me try again. We'll try one more time. Maybe they're not online. How? Start the raid. It's just saying we are already raiding them. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Now it's working? That was weird. Okay, yay!